Hey guys, welcome to Queen's Kitchen. I am Regan Queen with Elite Realty Professionals Group, and today we get to cook together. If you are one of the lucky 5,000 people that got one of these in the mails, we are making burger bowls today, and I am so excited because it is still summer here, it's late August, and I am so ready for another burger-style dinner. First thing I'm going to do, just because it says first step, we're gonna go ahead and throw French fries in the air fryer. I love them a little extra crisp. You can go ahead and use your oven, however you guys make your French fries. Okay, so we are taking a 1/4 cup of our mayonnaise and we are combining that with our mustard and our ketchup. If I can get it out. And this will create our sauce for the recipe. Super yummy. Of course, if you don't like all of it, then you can leave it out. And we're gonna do a tablespoon of the mustard. And I already have the relish in the bowl. And 3 tablespoons of the ketchup. And we're gonna go ahead and just give that a nice mix to create our sauce. It already smells so delicious, oh my gosh. Okay, and next we are going to go over and cook our meat in the skillet. We'll set this aside for when we're ready to use. Okay, y'all, I am turning on the stove top here. I do have my vent fan on, so it's a little bit loud, I apologize, but we don't want it smoky in here. So we are going to open up our beef. Now, of course, you could always substitute this with a different meat, maybe a vegan-friendly turkey, ground turkey. We often supplement that for a lot of our recipes. It's a little bit healthier of a choice, or even chicken, doing like a chicken bowl. This could be very diverse and switched up depending on what you want. So we are gonna pour a little bit of oil in here. I don't like it to be too sticky. And as soon as this bad boy heats up, we will get the meat on and start seasoning. This would be a really easy dinner to do. You could honestly probably even prep it ahead of time and then put in your sauce and even like lettuce if you don't want it too mushy overnight to prep for the next day. Great choice if you want to do like a salad at like a barbecue or birthday party. Could definitely double this up, triple it up if you're having guests over too. We often host, I feel like we host quite a bit, and so this would probably be a good choice for us to make when we have people over. It's very easy to do. So I am gonna go ahead and put our ground beef in. I do usually like to use a fresh fry this one off. We're gonna give those a little shake. Split this up a little bit. We can already see it steaming. I'm excited. If you haven't seen behind me, if the camera doesn't pick it up, my dogs are eagerly waiting to see if there's gonna be anything dropped. So we're just gonna let that sit there for a little bit. So we have our French fries baked, we have our sauce ready to go. I have our seasonings over here already, so we can prep that in a little bit to get it all. But really the biggest thing is time consuming wise is your prep to chop everything up. If you're like me and want to make it a little bit easier, because we do need some chopped lettuce, go ahead and buy the bag. This is way easier. And then I often grit some chopped onions ahead of time for a small dish if we need. Now I would like to say that I am not a professional chef, so we're just gonna go with this style of stirring. I'm sure this isn't professional and Gordon Ramsay. If you ever see this video, don't judge me. Fun fact is I hated cooking. When my husband and I got married, he was afraid that the most I could cook is maybe a bowl of cereal or mac and cheese. And then we actually started getting HelloFresh meals a couple of years ago as our workloads kind of got crazy and we didn't want to think about meals. And I kind of learned how to cook through that. And I would actually watch videos. And so I grew this liking for cooking, and I actually for a little while had a small baking business, and I found a love for that. And so I do whip out my veteran pastry chef hat for like girls' birthdays or stuff. But yeah, that was always a good time. All right, so I'm gonna add some seasoning. Now it says just Cajun seasoning. I love garlic, I love onion powder, so I'm gonna also add that. I even like a little Creole. If you have a special seasoning that you like in your burgers, maybe you have a specific mix, go ahead and throw that in there. This is when you'd wanna throw it in. So we're gonna go ahead with some extra garlic. I'm gonna throw in my onion powder. I love a good seasoning. I also really love this Creole. And I'm a heavy seasoner, guys. I do not shy away from seasonings. I love flavor. And you know what? I'm actually gonna grab another little barbecue one that we use. It's for like our all-purpose rub. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if y'all aren't seasoning people, I suggest you do it with this one. So we are gonna stir that all in. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. All right, let that rest for a little bit. Chop up that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get our cheese ready. We are going to melt this over the beef. I am gonna drain a little bit of that excess oil out just because I don't prefer it, but I like to let it coat and sit in here. But we'll get that drained. I'll walk away quick to do that. I remember when I was little, I would always go over to my grandparents' house on both sides, and I think we spent more time in the kitchen cooking or baking, and I used to always just love my grandma, well, both my grandmas. They just always had great meals, and so food has been such like a staple in our family. And then for whatever reason, you know, you go to college and you don't want to cook anymore, and now I enjoy hosting, and we always have our friends over to do it, and it's just so exciting. All right, beef is almost done. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Let me get my cover out so then I can go ahead and drain this. Give it a little shake. French fries are sitting in here nice and crisp. We'll get those ready. Our cheese is open to sprinkle on. Now this recipe did call for some bacon. I did not cook bacon. Honestly, I thought about getting some bacon bits because you could just sprinkle that in too. Whatever other toppings that you guys use on your burgers, maybe there's something that I'm not aware of. But you know, go ahead and grab anything else that's not on here that you would like. Maybe some jalapenos. I bet those would be really good in this dish. I should have grabbed some of those. All right, we're gonna turn oven off and then go get this drained. Okay, so the next thing that we are gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna sprinkle some cheese. Now listen, y'all put as much cheese as you want to melt into this burger. Let it rest, let it sit for a couple of minutes while you're prepping everything else in the bowls for the salad. I don't know how much cheese people like, you know, we're just gonna put a good chunk in and mix that in there and let that set. So I'm gonna put the cover back on so we can get a nice cheesy beef mix here. All right, now let's go prep. Okay, so while the cheese is melting on the beef, we're gonna go ahead and get our bowls prepped. I do have our French fries, I have the tomatoes and the sauce right in front of me. I did grab our dill chips, and then we have some sesame seeds, the onion to top it all off, and of course I have extra cheese in the back because you don't wanna miss that. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and divide the lettuce into the bowls. Now, if you're a heavy salad person, then you know, go ahead and add some. Now, don't mind me, my hands are on the food in my kitchen, but go ahead and grab tongs if you need some of those too. All right, we need some of this cheesy beef mix, so I'm gonna just grab a spoon. Oh my goodness, I wish, let me see. Camera, I hope you picked that up because look at that. It also smells so delicious. So we are going to scoop this out. Look at that, so good. Plop that right in there. I wish you could smell this through the camera because it smells so good. I'm gonna put the rest back behind me. I'm gonna grab my extra cheese, and really at this point it is whatever you guys want to put on. So I'm just gonna start throwing stuff. You know what, I'll wait to do the sauce after. We're gonna throw some fries in. Now of course you could throw fries on the side, but what's the fun in that? Trying a new recipe. And we're gonna wait on sauce. I'm gonna throw some tomatoes in. Y'all, this looks so good. Oops. I'm gonna throw extra cheese on because I feel like you can't have too much cheese. All right, we're gonna sprinkle with some sesame seed like you would have on a burger. So good. And for our sauce, we're gonna drizzle that bad boy on. Look at that. So good. And there you have it. Burger bowls for you and your family to enjoy. Very easy recipe to make for parties, for your kiddos, if you don't know what to do after school. And now, of course, like everybody does, we are gonna taste test. I'm gonna do a French fry because that sounds good with a little beef, tomato. So good. That is good. I'm just gonna sit here and eat in front of y'all. This is so yummy. Perfect dinner. Look at that. chef's kiss. I'm so grateful that you got to cook with me in Queen's Kitchen. I'm Regan with Elite Realty Professionals Group. Thank you for cooking burger bowls with me today, and until next time, have a great day.